You're watching The Legal Breakdown. Glenn, we have an update as far as Rudy Giuliani is concerned. As you know, we are awaiting Rudy Giuliani to give the nearly $150 million of payment to the two Georgia election workers who he defamed, Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman. He's now seeking to delay that even further because, get this, he wants to be able to attend Donald Trump's inauguration, and his standing January 16th trial date wouldn't allow for that. So first of all, is there any basis for him to be allowed to just move his trial back, continue delaying this payment to these Georgia election workers because he wants to go party?
I'm actually not here, Brian, to talk about politics. I'd like to stay clear of politics, on my channel. I'm just here to promote what I do on YouTube and on Patreon. I have two YouTube channels. I have Canadian Studmuffin, and I also have Larry Graves Canadian Studmuffin, and I'm posting almost every day on both channels. So I hope everybody subscribes to both of my channels. And I also have two Patreons. One is a radio show where you can request songs for the radio show I do every week. And the other one is a song and full album request and reactions. So check those out. I really don't know anything about the trial. So.
Okay, well, the obvious question here, is there some nefarious reason that he might be looking to delay this trial until after Donald Trump is in office? Is there anything that he thinks Trump might be able to do to help him that would be the actual reason that he's looking not to hold this trial before Trump takes office?
I really don't know anything about politics, Brian. We've had interviews before, and it always seems to get a little bit confusing. I said, I like just entertaining people, trying to entertain people, with some comedy videos, talking about music. I love music. I keep hitting my microphone here. I apologize. But, I love all kinds of music. The Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Frank Zappa, Sparks, Ween, the Beach Boys. And that's what I love to talk about. I'm just trying to promote myself just like any other YouTube channel. And I really appreciate the time you're taking to talk to me. But I would like to kind of steer away from politics. I really, I don't know. I really don't want to talk about Donald Trump. And I really don't want to talk about that Rudy Giuliani or whatever his name is. I want to focus on entertaining people, and that's it.
If Donald Trump were to take office and on day one, minute one, issue Rudy Giuliani a pardon, because this is a federal case, would it still apply, or would it not apply to any civil crimes, which is the issue at hand here?
I don't know, Brian. Anyway, so I have two YouTube channels. The first one, Canadian Studmuffin, I've had for about 18 years. That's right, 18 years. Write that down. And the other one, Larry Graves Canadian Studmuffin, I've had for, I think, about 3 years. And I just love making videos for, my viewers, my fans, I guess you could say. I do have some fans. And, most people that watch my videos are very kind. They leave their thoughts on whatever I'm talking about. And I really do appreciate that. They like the videos when they're watching them, and they are subscribed to my channel. That's very important. I think even Jack Smith is subscribed to my channel. That, he was after Trump for a while, but I don't want to talk about Trump anymore. And for Patreon, I love doing the radio shows. I choose some of the music, and then some of my patrons choose songs they want to have played on this radio show. And, I talk in between the songs. And I also do a bonus episode, which is just straight music from, some choices of mine and also from my patrons. And it's just fun to do. And that's all I really want to talk about is entertaining people.
I was going to ask if you think it was if you think it was a mistake for the DOJ to configure the January 6th case against Donald Trump, which is right now just built for speed. If you think it was a mistake not to bring in the other co-conspirators, because if and when Donald Trump gets into office and issues his blanket pardon for everybody involved in that case, that basically precludes all of these people from being able to be charged by the DOJ. But at the same time, I mean, even if this case was a sprawling case, the reality is that we now know, given the fact that Trump won, that wouldn't have gone to trial either. So it's really 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Either it's just a case built for speed against Donald Trump that doesn't go to trial, or it's a case against everybody that also, because Trump won, won't ever go to trial.
You're really starting to get on my nerves, Brian. And I do thank you. I've had interviews with you before on my YouTube channel, Canadian Studmuffin. And you were, I know you're busy with your politics. You love talking about politics, even when you interview me. But there's more to life than politics, Brian. But anyway, a couple of times you were kind enough to come to my YouTube channel and you left a comment saying it was nice talk, whatever you said. And I was really surprised, but it was actually you, it's from your official YouTube channel, and I pinned the comment. I don't know if you'll see this one, but I hope you do. And that's about it. I don't want to talk about Donald Trump or that Rudy guy. I'm not a fan of politics because I just don't want to talk about it.
Well, you'd mentioned Jack Smith. I mean, Jack Smith, I feel like in retrospect, even now, I feel like he did do the right thing by building this case for speed, which is not to say that he shouldn't have, brought up other indictments against his co-conspirators in a separate case, maybe that runs parallel to the one that Trump is in. But really, this Jack Smith did as much as he could in the time that he was given. The problem is that it took so long for this case to get up off the ground anyway, because Merrick Garland decided to sit on it because he wanted to defer to the optics of politicization instead of actually just upholding the law. And so we lost years of time waiting for a point at which a prosecutor would even look into this stuff that was more focused on, again, upholding the law as opposed to deferring to the optics of making sure everything looks okay and nothing looks politicized, which the irony of is that really the most politicized move you could make is opting not to prosecute somebody because they're a political figure. Nothing more political than that.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there, Brian. That's great. Yeah. But I hope people check out my 2 YouTube channels and my 2 Patreon sites. And I would love to have more listeners for my radio show. It's only $2 per month. That's pretty cheap. $2 per month. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Well, with the broader question of what happens to Rudy Giuliani, we will, of course, stay on top of what happens here, and we'll keep an eye on what the judge decides to allow him to do if he's going to defer to Giuliani's request to go party with Donald Trump and not seek justice in this prosecution here, in this civil case here. So with that said, for those who are watching, if you want to follow along, please make sure to subscribe so that we can stay on top of this issue. The links to both of our channels are right here on the screen. I'm Brian Tyler Cohen.
I'm Larry Graves.
You're watching The Legal Breakdown.